Hello and welcome to Following Truth Bible Bites. I'm your host, LJ. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe. The title of this video is Predestinationism Biblical? The doctrine of predestinationism states that God has already chosen who will and who will not be saved. Those who God has already predestined for salvation will be saved, and those who he has predestined for hell or death will not be saved. There is nothing that either person can do to change this outcome. God's will is sovereign. Now, this is a rather disturbing teaching and certainly does not support a God of love. This is not a loving act. It is a very different argument to say that God will rightfully punish the wicked for their sins because they have rejected salvation, and to say that God will rightfully punish the wicked for their sins because they have rejected salvation because God preordained them to reject it. There are many verses that are used by those affirming the doctrine to support it. However, they are simply all taken out of context and taken in isolation. The doctrine is read back into the verses, a very clear case of eisegesis. When the fullness of the Bible is taken into consideration and correctly understood, we see that the Bible very clearly teaches that all men can be saved, even if not all men will be saved. Salvation is available to all through the death, burial, and resurrection of the Son, Jesus the Christ. It is through his blood that anyone who calls on his name can be washed clean and obtain salvation. It is, though, a choice that each individual must make on their own, whether or not they are freely willing to accept that salvation by believing on the Son. God has not predestined each and every individual who will and will not receive salvation. God has predestined that anyone that is drawn to Christ, that believes in him, will be saved. He has preordained that salvation will be through his Son. Salvation is as stated in John 3:16. God gave his Son that whoever believes will have everlasting life. I hope this video has been useful. If you would like to look at the full study, it's in the description, a link to our video. Like I say, please give this a thumbs up. If you would like to support us, you can do so through our PayPal. Again, that is in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Shalom.